Hello and welcome to Chip Advisor. Yes, we're back. I'm Phil. This is the food podcast that deep dives into various foods each week. I'm here with Lewis. How are you, Lewis?
I'm doing very well, thank you, Phil. I've spent a day in the garden, and you know what? There's been many a moment in the garden today when there's been one question on my lips, and it's, "Where's Harry?"
Oh, I know that question.
Harry, where's Harry? Harry!
Good news.
Here
He's
I
here.
am. Yes, I could have come and been pretentious in your garden, Lewis. Would have been lovely.
Have you been pretentious in other gardens today?
Well, according to other members of the team, yeah, apparently.
Uh oh. Do you want to approach this now, Harry?
No, it's absolutely fine. It's absolutely fine. We cleared the air, and
Okay.
just to tell you, they mash all the livers up, right? Put it in boiling water.
Right.
Boil it up over the fire. The oil comes to the top. They skin it off. That's how you get cod liver oil.
Wow. That is.
Wow.
I mean, the thing is, you could tell me anything, and I'll say I believe you.
Yeah,
But I will.
that's
I do believe you on this.
yeah, it's absolutely true. Absolutely true. I heard the podcast and had to Wikipedia it immediately.
Now, the person who called Harry pretentious last week was Mike. How are you, Mike?
How now, brown cow? I've had better half an hour leads into the podcast. I'll be honest, but it is what it is.
Just literally, as we were pressing record, you said, "Oh, I thought my neighbour might be coming back." What happened there?
Well, I was putting Drew to bed. He's 7, and he was explaining to me that the man across the road had been swearing at him using the F word and the S word because their ball hit his fence. So I thought I should take it upon myself to knock on said neighbour's door and explain to him I didn't think that was appropriate behaviour. Quite a heated debate. Ended on him saying, "Well, I really want to thank you for that and thank you for coming over," and a very firm handshake, perhaps the firmest handshake I've ever felt, which I'll be honest, has made me make sure I've got plenty of charge in my Ring doorbell in case he comes and does some kind of dirty protest through my letterbox this evening.
Let's hope he doesn't go that far.
Add to that, bit of internet signal issues here. 10 minutes into kind of trying to get going with the pod, and I'm faffing around thinking, well, look, yeah, I'm going to have to let you boys crack on without me. Meanwhile, my rhubarb crumble is in the air fryer, burnt to a crisp. So it's not been good. I've had to resort to microwave warm through jammy dodgers with custard, and it's nowhere near the same.
Feels like you've created the hottest substance known to man there. Microwave jammy dodgers. Apart from possibly a crumble made in an air fryer.
Yeah.
I think you may be the first person to ever do that. You're breaking new ground.
That particular crumble is still very hot now, and I suspect will be until the early hours of the morning.
It was an art. It looked like from the picture you sent, and I can confirm, very burnt. It looked like an Aunt Bessie's crumble that you'd shoved in an air fryer.
It was an Astorone actually, but I had shoved it in an air fryer. Yes.
How long do you cook it for in the air fryer?
Well, that had been in there about 10 minutes.
So about 5 minutes, based on...
Yeah.
Do you normally fry a crumble?
I fry everything these days. I love an air fryer, boys. Absolutely love it.
What's the most sort of controversial or obscure thing that you've put in the air fryer?
Well, that's a very good question.
I mean, a crumble it's got to be up there.
Yeah,
I guess so. What have I air fried in there? I mean, pretty much everything I eat comes out of that air fryer now. I have to justify the vast expense that I invested into it. So pretty much every meal is cooked in there. I'm trying to think. Everything is cooked in there. I barely use the oven. You could take the oven away now. I could cope. Well, apart from, unless I want to crumble.
would have been your friend with the crumble today.
Yeah. Never mind, lads. Never mind. We're not here to talk about crumble tonight, are we?
Well, talking of crumble though, I
Mm.
bumped into a lovely lady called Karen today,
Karen.
and and she said, "Phil, I was listening to your episode about crumble, and I've got a great recipe," she said, "for a rhubarb and orange crumble."
Oh,
Ooh.
no.
Well, that sounds very acidic.
Yeah, well, I think we decided that citrus was one of the few things you didn't put in a crumble.
Well, listen, I questioned. That is exactly what I said.
Mm.
I said I've never citrus in a crumble, surely a no-go. She zests the orange, and that goes in the crumble mixture. But then whole orange segments go on top of the rhubarb before the crumble goes on, and then she cooks it for a very long time. She said, and it apparently tastes good. So I am going to try the recipe, but to me it sounds insane.
I mean, all I thought was when you said she cooks it for a very long time, I was thinking how many minutes in an air fryer.
Yeah.
A good 2 minutes in an air fryer, I reckon.
I wonder how Karen feels about her name becoming a bit of a kind of reference to miserable middle-aged women that complain about everything. A bit of a Karen.
Okay.
Well, I haven't said that. Karen's
No,
lovely.
but that's a thing now, isn't it? Oh, she's a
Is it?
Karen. Yeah, she's a Karen. Oh, she's a bit of a Karen. People that complain on Facebook groups, maybe people that swear at children when a football hits their fence.
Well, I was going to
Known as
say,
a bit of a Karen.
let's hope Karen isn't this gentleman's wife, so you've now upset him doubly.
Well, this Karen spells her name differently, so you know.
Okay, well then fine. But yeah, I just thought, I'm curious. Who is your favourite Karen other than that Karen? Because I have got a favourite Karen. She's very special to me.
Oh,
I'm gonna jump straight in there and take Karen Carpenter. God rest her soul.
oh, the lovely Karen Carpenter.
What a woman!
delightful
What a voice!
And
Yeah.
What a voice!
Karen Keating, God rest her soul.
Oh
off
gosh,
Off
yes.
of Blue Peter,
Spelled with a C.
spelt with the C. Daughter
And
of
an O.
Gloria Honeyford.
Yes, very good.
Karen Carpenter's a good shout. Sound of my childhood was Karen Carpenter, and indeed yours, Mike.
Yeah. What about Karen Brady?
No, you can keep her.
No? From The Apprentice? From The
Yeah, no.
Apprentice? No.
Oh, yeah. Can't
Yeah,
think of any
well,
others.
We could talk about Karens all day. Anyway, I'm going to try that recipe, and we'll see. Her daughter was there, and I kind of questioned her as well because I thought Karen might be trying to trick me briefly, but her daughter swears by it. Apparently, it's really nice. So I'll maybe bake you some, guys. I'll maybe bake some.
It does. It's not quite that lady on Vicar of Dibley that used to create, strange combinations for Geraldine, but it's not a million miles off it.
Yes, that is very true. What was her name? Mrs.
I don't
Mrs.
even know about that
Cropley.
too much.
Letitia
Mrs. Cropley,
Cropley.
blimey.
Oh,
Wow.
you plucked that one out. Wow. That's
was-
tremendous.
Google
fair
is
play.
incredibly fast in my house, at least. So,
Ah.
good news. So, gents, this week we're talking about birthday cake because it was my birthday, and therefore I assume that's why Harry suggested it the other day. Maybe.
Yes.
It was. So this is very exciting because birthday cakes obviously come in various forms. And you might be thinking, Phil, how was your birthday? Well, I went to Swanage and a seagull pooed on me. A huge poo.
Oh dear.
So
Oh dear.
nice day with the family. I then had to go into a charity shop in Swanage to buy the cheapest shirt that would fit me, which then made me look a lot like our granddad. So that was a nice walking around on my birthday dressed as him. Lovely tribute. What do you think is a good present to give someone on their 38th birthday?
Oh,
Something to scrape bird poo off a shirt?
That would have been good.
I believe I bought you a kebab.
It was a pizza. But
Pizza. Did that?
but
How did that rank in your list of presents?
no, it was good. That was good. I got a very interesting present from Mother, who listens to the podcast.
Yes.
You may remember on an episode not too long ago, we were discussing the quality of carrier bags.
Oh, I do
Remember
not
this?
remember that.
Oh,
No, I
yeah,
don't remember
I've
that.
no recollection of that.
No, me neither.
Okay. Well, she's heard it, and I was saying how good the Waitrose carrier bag is. Okay, it's a very good carrier bag. Anyway, Mum bought me for my birthday a Waitrose carrier bag.
Wow.
Where
Lovely.
to the point where she went to Waitrose and didn't want to buy anything, and just went to the till and bought one of their carrier bags. Where a lady questioned her and said, "But you've not got any shopping, madam." You know, clearly thought Mum was clinically insane, and Mum just said, "Oh no, it's a gift."
It's a gift. It's my son's birthday.
Can we just back up? When we're talking carrier bag, we're talking plastic bag, not bag for life, not like your
Well, it's a bag for
£1
life.
version.
It's about 50p. These days, all bags have to be bags for life, don't they?
Yeah.
Well,
It's not
I mean, the good
90s
news
now,
is
Lewis.
you're 38, and so the chances of it being a bag for life are significantly increased.
Do you know what? I used it. We took it with us on our trip to Swanage, and I used it.
Should have
As
put
a
it on your head.
hat. As a hat.
Please don't put carrier bags on your head, children.
Don't do that. No, especially not these ones. They're very
Oh, yeah.
thick. Very thick. But I used it as a cover for my groinal area because I was resting a portion of fish and chips there and they were burning me. But the thickness of the carrier bag did the job. So that was good.
I think you can put carrier bags on your head now.
I'm not sure.
No, I don't think we can advocate that.
Well, I'm not advocating it as such, but I think it is safe to do so. Have they not got little breathe holes now in the bottom?
I think they've always had them, Mike. Since
Yeah.
back
No,
20
they
years ago.
haven't. No, they haven't. Come on. In the late 80s, they put the little holes in. I think it's perfectly safe.
In the late 80s, we weren't ecologically minded at all, so we were just tossing
Hold
carrier
on.
bags away at will.
I'm going to go and get one, and I'll do the rest of the podcast with one on my head. Let's see what happens.
Brilliant.
I'm like a modern day David Blaine.
The problem is your audio has been going in and out, as you moved away from the microphone as it was. I imagine you blocking your face. That's all right. I just imagine you blocking your face with a carrier bag is not going to be good.
Yeah. Also,
I've got a bag for life. Hold on.
Yeah.
Okay. For
Out of the cupboard, the bag of bags.
Oh, yeah.
What's this one? Just says "Be happy" on it. It's got some bees on it. Hold on. We'll pop that on. And for the rest of the show, there are no holes in here, actually. That's
All right. All right, Michael Hutchins. Just be careful.
Yeah, actually, I'm going to say it's... it's sweating up already. It's TK Maxx. I would say it's not... we've come full circle here. Not safe to have a bag on your head. Don't try this at home, kids. Do not put bags on your head. I'd like to just reiterate what Phil said just a few minutes ago.
I was going to say, I think we probably need to point out it was only you that thought you could put a bag on your head. I wouldn't like all the listeners to presume that we thought that was possible.
No, okay.
Yet again, the man who thought the pyramids were made of sand is the person who thinks that carrier bags are safe to put on your head.
I'm very pleased you've not done it, Mike, because for anyone who's just listening on audio, you're the only person currently on our screen who doesn't have a picture up. You're not on video, so we wouldn't have been able to tell if you just sort of keeled over. So
that's true.
I am pleased.
Well, that's nice. Thank you.
Well, if he keeled over, the level of his input might have improved, mightn't it?
Oh dear. Oh, cutting.
Yes.
I mean, I did. Yeah. Fine. I wondered for a minute there if you were going to be disappointed that you would be able to see me and my demise.
That's better. You moved nearer the microphone. Thank you.
Oh, did I? I don't know what I'm doing. Right.
It's just taking a bag of his head.
So I was in Tesco's the other day.
Oh yeah.
As I often am, and I very often meet Lewis in there, which is odd as well.
I was going to say, I don't think we've met in Tesco's this week, Harry.
No, I know. How sad. But they're bag for life, which are inferior to Waitrose bag for life, presumably.
Oh yeah.
On the checkout on the bag for life, it says we really mean this is a bag for life, and if your bag for life breaks, you can go and swap it for another bag for life.
Do you think anyone has ever taken up that option?
I would imagine so.
I know someone who, when they started introducing the 10p carrier bag thing, they weren't allowed to give away carrier bags. They started charging 10p for carrier bags. I know someone who went online and genuinely, to make money, tried to flog her old carrier bags for 5p to undercut the supermarkets. So I reckon there's definitely people who have taken back a broken bag for life.
Definitely.
They've got to have done.
Well, there you go.
So, who wants to know a little bit about the history of birthday cakes?
Oh, yes, please.
Yes, please.
Yeah. So it gives me.
Yes, please.
Thank you, Harry. So it gives me a chance to talk very briefly about Herodotus, who's my favourite writer of all time, from about 450 BC. Anyway, in his book, The Histories, he talks about the Persians of the time, and he's talking about their customs. And he says,
you absolutely love the Persians.
No, I love Herodotus.
Honestly, just stop banging on about the Persians, Phil.
No, Herodotus is
Goodness
talking about the
me.
Persians at this point.
Fine.
Quote,
Make a lovely carpet.
"Oh, they do. They do. Although I don't think he references their carpets when he's talking about them.
Does he reference cats?
Well, close.
Okay.
Close. But you're confusing the Persians and the Egyptians, aren't you? Because the Egyptians
No.
really like cats.
Well,
No,
no, yeah,
Persian
cat.
blue.
Yeah,
Oh,
we had a
yes.
Persian blue cat.
Yeah. You're right. My apologies. I do love cats. I should have realised where you're going there. Anyway, quote, of all the days of the year, the one which they celebrate most is their birthday. It's customary to have the board furnished on that day, the board being the dinner table, with an ampler supply than common. The richer Persians have an ox, a horse, a camel, and an ass to be baked whole and served up to them. Calm, Mike. The poorer classes instead use smaller types of cattle. They eat little solid food, but an abundance of dessert on their birthday, which is set on the table a few dishes at a time. End quote.
How long does a camel take in an air fryer? It's the question you're all asking.
It's a quiz. It's a quiz.
It's a bit philosophical, that, I reckon.
Yeah.
How long does a camel take in an air fryer?
It's a good point. So Herodotus went on to point out that the Persians, genuinely, the way that they used to deliberate on decisions was they would discuss ideas when they were drunk, and then when they were sober, if they still thought it was a good idea, they would then go ahead with it. That's the way they made decisions. And if they had an idea when they were sober, they would then get drunk and check if it was still a good idea. They had to confirm their theories both in a sober and a drunk state.
Well, this sounds like a lot of my colleagues. Honestly, questionable.
Anyway, the Greeks themselves used to make moon-shaped cakes to worship the god Artemis, and they started the tradition of putting candles on cakes. Like, you're talking like ancient Greeks, so a long time ago.
When you say moon-shaped, Phil, just what do you mean by that? Because the moon's round.
Listen. All I can tell you is that they made moon-shaped cakes, and I can't tell you at what time of the month.
All right, just wondering. That's fine. As you were.
It's vague enough that they could get away with any shaped cake. Therefore,
well, that was my thinking.
Yeah. But they started putting candles on because they hoped that the smoke coming off from the candles would carry their wishes up to the gods. But that wasn't for birthdays. That was just putting candles on cakes. But yeah, they did celebrate birthdays a lot in Persia, less so in Greece at the time. But in the early 1400s, German bakeries started selling sweet cakes as we know them now. And they used to market them for children's birthday parties. And at this point, sugar was still, no good. So in all of these, the Persian, the Greek, the German cakes, it was mainly honey they were using to sweeten their cakes. Do you like honey on a cake, Mike?
No, not really. I don't mean like honey. I'll use it in cooking because it sort of just sweetens. You don't really taste it. But honey flavored stuff, I'm not really a big fan. Like sugar puffs, don't like them.
Are they honey flavored?
Yes.
They make your wee smell, don't they?
That's irrelevant.
The other day, my wee smelled of sugar puffs, but I hadn't had any. And how's that happened?
What's the one without the sugar?
Oh, puff wheat, is it?
Puff wheat, yeah.
Yeah.
That's worse.
Oh, much worse.
What does make you, what makes your wee smell worse or just
Yeah.
taste worse?
No, it doesn't make your wee smell.
Yeah.
Does it?
Yeah.
I'll have to check my
Is puff
notes.
wheat made of asparagus?
That's a good point.
It's a different smell, Mike. Different smell.
Yeah.
Asparagus wheat to a sugar puff wheat is very different.
And you won't find that on a
Okay,
quiche in
fine.
Waitrose.
So Germans really started the tradition of birthday cakes as we know them. And
It's quite interesting because it wasn't it old Prince Albert who put the candles on Christmas trees.
Oh yes, it was. Yeah, the Germans have got a lot to answer for when it regards to
they're-
celebrations.
I'm glad you carried on the rest of that sentence. Phil. when you just left this, the Germans have a lot to answer for.
Well, they do.
This podcast was taking a different direction to the one
They
that I
do,
signed
don't
up for.
they? I mean, all their efficiencies is ridiculous.
Can
Prince
anyone
Albert,
guess
was he
what-
the one with the piercing?
No,
No, absolutely not.
No. Okay.
Michael. I've got so many sound clips I need to just hover over any time I hear you talk. Really, you make me really on edge.
Oh dear.
Really on edge.
Sorry.
That was their son.
Oh, was
It was
it?
also Prince Albert. Yeah.
Oh. I wasn't a million miles off then, lads.
He was
No, well
rebellious. Yeah. Okay, so can anyone guess what birthday parties were referred to in Germany when they started doing birthday cakes?
Oh, go ahead, Mike.
Michael?
No.
The birthday party. Oh, no.
Lewis, any ideas?
So, what birthday parties were referred to?
Yeah.
No, I've got nothing witty or.
Harry will know.
What about Wunder Days?
No, it's a good guess, but wrong.
I don't know. Umpar?
No, you get a different route. It was Kinderfest, and the cakes were called Geburtstagstorten. Geburts is birthday. I can tell you that for free.
Dorton is cake.
Torten is cake, so I don't know why they were called Geburtstagstorten, but I didn't look that up. But obviously, after the Industrial Revolution, sugar became more readily available, and then everyone could have birthday cakes, and then the trend spread, and now we've got birthday cakes in so many different forms. To me, birthday cake is just a vehicle for buttercream icing. I don't know about anyone else.
Now, my daughter said exactly that when I asked her what her views on birthday cake was. Yeah, just to put icing on top of.
Very sensible. Yeah, I agree with her there. Michael,
Sad, isn't it? I think that's quite sad.
Well, no, it's how nice buttercream is.
But don't you enjoy a nice Victoria sponge?
Yeah, but coat it in buttercream and I'll enjoy it even more.
Yeah, but it doesn't have to be a vehicle for. I think giving all the glory to the buttercream is quite unfair.
Okay, when I eat a slice of cake, say you've got like a Victoria sponge, I will, if I'm eating it with a fork on a plate, I will cut away the cake bit and eat that kind of first. I'll save a bit of cake either side of the filling in the middle, and I will eat the cake bits first, and then I've got then the ratios have fallen more in my favor then, because I've got a lot more sort of jam, buttercream, cream, whatever you've got in there, to cake ratio. So then that's how I'll eat my cake. I'll save that bit till last and eat all that. Surely everyone does that, no?
No,
not really.
If you've got buttercream in the middle and the top, you can take the top bit off and have that first, and then have the bottom bit. But you've got to have cake with it, though. It's very sickly otherwise.
You're spot on there.
I am a grown man, Malcolm.
Thank you. And so we've got a few Aussie clips because of all our Australian listeners. We're just trying to make feel more at home by cutting Alf Stewart from Home and Away.
Down the flaming pros, Benny!
And of course, Carl Kennedy.
No, that was Alf again, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was Alf. I've got
both clips. Both clips were
That's
Alf.
ridiculous.
That's Carl Kennedy.
That
and
is
this
Carl
is
Kennedy.
This is Carl Kennedy.
I am a grown man, Malcolm.
Quite right.
Talking to
You're quite right. Old Alan
Talking-
Fletcher.
Yeah, talking to Malcolm because Malcolm was furious because he had had an affair, of course, with Sarah Beaumont. Anyway,
That's true.
Yeah.
And Carl and Susan once bought him an ironing board, which they cunningly wrapped up so it looked like it was a surfboard. And Malcolm was very upset. I can't remember the circumstances of that now, but it was anyway. They did it.
Was that only a slightly worse present than a Waitrose carrier bag for your birthday?
I've already used my carrier bag twice.
Okay.
Twice. I used it for an actual shop the other day in Lidl. Took in a Waitrose bag to Lidl just to let them know.
Oh, lovely stuff.
But yes, I stayed there for ages packing my stuff because she was
Yeah.
hurling stuff at me. So Mike,
Hi.
before the podcast came out, I put out a request for questions,
Yes.
and I got a message from your wife,
Oh.
and she said, "Hello, Uncle Phil. I'm not her uncle. Please, on the podcast, will you ask Michael about my Big Mac birthday cake story? He turned his nose up at it and doesn't think it's podcast worthy. I'll let you decide if you want to edit it out or not. So, Mike, please can you tell us the Big Mac birthday cake story?" I think the story would be better from Claire herself, to be honest.
I think so.
Hello.
Oh, hello. Would you mind putting me on speakerphone, Lewis? Down your microphone.
You are on speakerphone, down my microphone.
Oh, hello, everybody. Mike Botto here. Long-time listener, first-time caller. Just a quick call. The story goes that Claire had a party at McDonald's and her mother made a cake in the shape of a burger because it was a McDonald's-themed party. Lots of questions to be asked there straight away. Then the cake was put on the windowsill on a hot day. Her birthday's in July at some point, and the cake melted. I'm not sure whether it was made of ice, but it melted. Here ends the anecdote.
Oh, but that's really sad. I thought it would be humorous. It's sad. It must have upset her.
Obviously, at this point, I can't hear you, so I'm going to do that. You've got a fantastic anecdote, and let you boys crack on with the podcast without me.
Thanks, Mike.
Goodbye.
Well, there we have it. We finally got to the bottom of the story of the McDonald's Big Mac birthday cake themed birthday. Oh, Mike is now sending expletives on the group
dear.
chat.
Is this the neighbours come to the door?
Yeah, I think that's it.
That is more than likely it. Okay, so completely lost track. Harry, what was the best birthday cake you've ever had?
It's a good question, Nat. I had a cowboy one. I had a cowboy party in 1987. Yeah, that was pretty good. And I mean, the tragedy is I've had so many birthdays I can't really remember. But I did on my son's first birthday do a double-decker bus cake, which
lovely.
Yeah. The conversation went with my wife. It's going to be just a picture of a double-decker bus on the flat cake, and I said no. It's going to be a 3D model of a double-decker bus. It involved a lot of sponge, a lot of buttercream, and a panic because having used, I'd made sort of 3 pints of buttercream, and I'd tipped in a whole thing of red food colouring because it was going to be a red London bus, obviously.
Oh, of course,
you understand. And it just went pink, and so I had to make a very pink bus, and that was all done. And like I think the windows must have just been sort of white royal icing, and the headlights were like sweets and all the usual stuff. But it was pink, and it was his birthday the next day. I mean, it was his first birthday, so we're having a little party. And I think you might have come actually, Phil. To be honest, you're staring at me like you don't know what I'm talking about. But yeah,
no, I did. I'll level with you. I don't remember the cake.
Oh, well, that's okay. Anyway, I said a little prayer before I went to bed, and miraculously, it had gone red by the time I'd woke up the next day.
No.
Yeah. It's a true story. That true story.
Is that what happens? Does food colouring get
Wow.
darker?
It got darker, yeah, overnight. I've no idea why.
No, food colouring doesn't. It's the power of prayer, Phil.
Well, yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah,
mean, that's
sorry.
true. That's true. But I'd used like 3 bottles, and the cake tasted absolutely disgusting.
Oh. See, now I've heard that. I've spent my whole time wondering if you used any double deckers in it.
No, I mean,
That would
you
have
know,
been
it
very
was.
clever.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that the 1-year-olds would have got the subtlety of the joke.
But, but many years later, when you were doing a food-based podcast, it would
Yeah,
have
if
been a
only I'd
beautiful
known.
thing.
Yeah, 6 years later. Yeah, I'm just trying to find a picture of it now, and I'll share it all with you. But yeah, no. So that was probably the best cake we ever did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lewis, what was the best cake you've ever had? Do you remember having?
Yeah. What year did you say your cowboy one was, Harry?
87, I think.
Yeah, I think mine was probably around about that time as well. I remember my mum making me a robot-shaped cake, which had huge sweet buttons in the middle of it. And I don't remember any other birthday cake really from my childhood apart from that one. It was incredible. It was blue and it had red ears. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
That's red ears.
Yeah.
Is that a traditional color for the ears of a robot?
Yeah, I think
Harry.
so.
Okay, Harry's just sent a picture, which won't work on podcast.
No,
at
I
all.
know,
But that is very good, Harry. It's a
gonna
single
have a
decker, though. It's a single decker.
That's why there were no double deckers used.
Yeah. But there was 4 layers of cake in there. Let me tell you.
Oh, it looks
Whoa.
incredible.
Yeah,
Oh, jelly baby passengers.
of course. And the bus driver at the front there.
Oh, that is a lovely bit of work.
And
Yeah.
orange Chupa Chups for the headlights. And I presume they must be Oreos or something for the wheels. But anyway,
Oh,
there we go.
fantastic.
Yes.
Well, I have to say I don't remember making my son's first birthday cake, but I do remember his choice of a birthday cake when he was, let's think, probably 6 or 7. He's not a big cake fan, but he decided he wanted to try all different kinds of bread. So decided he wanted a bread birthday cake. So he had a round bread loaf with a candle in it, with one of those big candle fountain. Well, yeah, basically a cob with a candle fountain coming out of
lovely.
it. Another that was probably the most memorable. We have had other years with Ben and Jerry's with a candle in it because he still doesn't like cake.
Yeah, very good.
Doesn't like cake.
No.
Yeah, we have got questions about what is a birthday cake and what isn't a birthday cake.
A cob with a candle.
Yeah,
it's possibly not.
It sounds quite bleak. It sounds like
it does sound bleak, but it is what he wanted.
It's the equivalent of being left a lump of coal by Father Christmas. It sounds like.
Yeah, he was delighted.
Okay, fair enough. Well, I'm pleased that he was happy. That's the main thing. So, gents, no one's asked me what my favourite birthday cake was growing up, but I'll tell you anyway. It was a chocolate sponge, and then what my mum would do is she'd put white icing, but like the watery icing, not buttercream, because we couldn't afford buttercream. Gosh, yeah, butter costs a lot of money these days, an awful lot of money. But like the white, you just mix icing sugar with water.
Yeah.
She put that on the top, and then I didn't particularly like spiders or dislike spiders, but then she would draw a spider's web with black icing, or she would it looked like a spider's web, and then crucially, she would put a Kinder Surprise in the middle for the body of the spider, and then strawberry laces as legs.
Ooh,
and
lovely.
It was amazing. I asked for it every year purely because it meant I got a Kinder Surprise, and I would never ever be allowed a Kinder Surprise.
Very good.
So that was always the best birthday cake.
But had your mum eaten the chocolate egg?
No. Luckily, she could resist a chocolate egg.
Okay, good.
So it was very good. So,
Jess,
I've got a quick quiz. I think it will.
I've got a what cake am I quiz if that helps. I'm not. I mean, I've not vetted this. Literally, I've just put
what cake am I?
Yeah, it's on Beano.com.
Lewis has got a quiz. Let's do the quiz. It's a quiz. It's a quiz. It's a quiz. It's a quiz.
So I have a cake-based quiz, and what cake am I quiz? Have you ever wondered what kind of cake best fits your personality?
Oh, that kind of what cake am I? I thought you were going to describe a cake and we had to guess
Oh.
what it was. This feels like it's in, I don't know, Smash magazine.
Yeah, you're
Smash it.
exactly on the right kind of lines here. Would you like to have a go at this?
Surely
we can have
Surely Smash Magazine is some sort of in-house potato industry publication.
Maybe.
But sorry, no, do the quiz. Come on.
Would you like to do your quiz, Phil?
No, we can try this,
No.
Lewis.
You had there was an underwhelming sense to this.
Well, I've got a proper quiz after.
Yeah.
Okay, so
If it turns out I'm a Battenberg, I'm going to be very upset.
okay, sure. Well, we've got 10 questions.
Okay.
10.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
We can
To
go
quote
quick.
Marco Pierre White.
Come on, quickly, come on.
Okay, you might have to see. We might come to some agreement with this to move on to the next level of the cake contest. So, when's the best time to eat cake? Any time, at a village bowls contest, at someone's birthday, or Tuesday mornings at 7 a.m. Come on, you two.
Well,
Harry's got to answer these questions.
Okay,
really.
come on, Harry. You want to see if
okay.
you're a Battenberg?
Yeah. I'm going to say it's someone's birthday, surely, as it's
Okay.
a birthday cake special.
I've clicked that box.
Okay,
If I have to put an email address in at the end to get the result, I'm going to be furious. Right, pick an ingredient: marzipan, jam, sweets, or chocolate.
Oh, marzipan.
Okay. Well, I mean, okay. What are you listening to right now? Pop music, Taylor Swift, classical, or a bunch of Norwegians shouting?
I'm listening to the director, but no, classical. Come on.
Okay. Where would you rather go on holiday? Devon, Germany. Interesting. Devon, Germany. Anywhere of a theme park, or Inner Mongolia?
Oh no, I'm going to have to say Germany now. I really am going to be a Battenberg.
Right. Pick a sport: football, horse riding, wrestling, or gymnastics.
Well, I'm going to say horse riding.
Okay. Right. Totally random question, apparently. How often do you watch shows or content on YouTube? There's a lot of options for this.
You can
This
watch.
is question 7.
You can watch the Chip Advisor podcast on YouTube if you really want to see what we look like. But
Okay, many times a day, once a day, a few times a week, once a fortnight, once a month, less than once a month, never.
Many times a day.
Many times a day. Nothing says back.
Come on, quickly, come on.
Oh no. Okay. I've just worked out one of these is a visual based. I'm going to answer that for you.
Good.
it's a picture of a Battenberg.
Yeah, yellow and pink.
Okay. Oh my goodness. I've got to put in your age, Harry. I'm just going to put I'm older because that was one of the options.
Certainly am.
Your options are now
right.
older.
It was sort of 1 to 3, 3 to 6, 7 to 10, or I'm older.
Oh, okay.
Pick something to eat that isn't a cake. This is insane.
Crisps.
No, wait for it. Potato waffles, donut, fruit loaf, or curry.
Well, potato waffles is the nearest to crisps, and that was my first thought.
Okay. Pick a drink to go with your cake: tea, soy milk, lemonade, or salty water.
Lemonade, please.
Okay.
This is just ridiculous.
Right. Pick a movie: Star Wars, Harry Potter, any of the Marvel films, Frozen 2, but it's in Chinese.
I haven't seen Frozen 2, Chinese or otherwise. So Harry Potter.
Okay. I think this is the last question.
Let's hope so.
Favorite cake topping? Icing, sprinkles, sugar, or you can have marzipan again.
Yeah, marzipan again, please.
Okay, here we go. After all of that, do you want to guess what you are?
No.
Okay, you are. I mean, you're a Victoria sponge. You're an old school traditional cake. You're light and delicious, but maybe not very exciting for the modern cake eater. Does that sound like you, Harry?
Yes, that's me down to a T.
Perfect. Well, I hope you've enjoyed my quiz.
Excellent.
Very good, very good, gents. Just a quick game of tennis for you two,
Oh no. Okay.
just so people could join in at home.
Yeah.
So I want you to play cake topping tennis. You'll
Ooh.
take it in turns to name something you can put on top of a cake that I think is a viable answer, and then whoever repeats or can't think of one will lose, and the other will be the victor. Okay, do you
Right,
understand?
got it. Yeah.
I'll get some tension music. Okay, and still as Lewis was asking the questions a second ago, Harry, you can go first.
Cocoa.
Or dusting of cocoa.
Dusting, yeah, absolutely.
Icing.
Hundreds and thousands.
Oh, he's taken out two.
Glacé cherries.
Or glacier.
Glacé cherries. Yeah.
Kinder Surprise plastic things that what you put on top of the cake.
Just the Kinder Surprise egg. I'll allow it.
Yes, yeah. You can't not really.
Candles.
Good, like it, strong.
Yes.
Strawberry laces.
Strawberries.
Good, posh.
Interesting pronunciation.
If you're trying to recreate Stonehenge, pink wafers.
Many people have a Stonehenge birthday cake.
No, but I've witnessed that as a school project. True story.
Okay, fair enough.
Walnuts.
Almonds.
Pecans.
Oh, I see what's happened here.
Popping candy.
Oh, lovely. Jelly babies.
Smarties.
Cola bottles.
Really? Skittles.
Hadn't considered how long this might go on for.
Okay, I'm out.
He's struggling. He's struggling.
An idiot sandwich.
Oh, Lewis, you lost. You lost. You lost. Harry,
dear.
congratulations.
Oh,
That
thank you.
was one of the quizzes. It's a quiz. It's a quiz. It's a quiz. It's a quiz. Now, we've got a fair few listener questions to go through. So let's start with the one that came in first from Zoe. What would be a suitable savoury alternative to a birthday cake with or without decorations, but definitely with candles?
Cob loaf.
Happy birthday.
Nothing says happy birthday like a cob loaf.
Yeah.
Right. What else could you have?
Carrie
Well, I
had
mean,
suggested a
sorry.
quiche.
Yeah, well, that's what I was going to say.
Ooh.
Quiche. I wouldn't eat it myself, but yeah, quiche.
And a nice juicy birthday quiche.
Yeah, or a wheel of brie. Oh, that'd be nice.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's something else Carrie suggested, a wheel of cheese.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think it's got to be brie though, because that's easy to cut.
Yeah, that's a good shout. Could you eat a
Go on.
wedge of brie?
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
absolutely.
you'd have small portions, but that's probably good.
Yeah, true. Portion control, although you are
Portion
eating
control.
pure cheese.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
What else? What else comes in circles?
That's edible.
That's edible because
And
Sausage.
isn't sweet.
and isn't sweet. Oh,
Mm.
you could have a baked pumpkin if if your birthday was at Halloween, I suppose.
You could bake a whole pumpkin.
Yeah.
You could use your mum's spider toppings on it, Phil.
Yes, that's true.
Very
Nice little
Halloweeny.
Kinder Surprise on top of a pumpkin. Clever.
Yeah.
Okay, next question. What is the ultimate birthday cake icing and decoration combination? Harry.
Yeah, it's good. I don't know about birthday cake, but I was always in charge of growing up. Here we go. Icing the Christmas cake, and you'd have to do. Thank you. That was the music that we played while I was doing it. And it was like royal icing, which is loads of icing sugar and egg white, and you whisk it all together, and you have to do it until your arm has practically fallen off. But you can do a lovely snow scene with that, and that's what I used to like doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a tradition a lot of people do, isn't it? They make the family Christmas cake.
Old Stir Up Sunday.
Yeah.
Used to be one of my favourite days of the year. That day. We used to sit around the table. Tried to enforce my children into it. Not interested.
Yeah.
So we bake the cake. Bit of marzipan. A couple of weeks later, and then the royal icing at the end. But nowadays I've got to tell you, I do the shop bought rollout. I'm ashamed to say because I haven't got time.
I didn't know you could even make your own royal icing. So you've impressed me.
Yeah, you can. You want to ask Delia? She'll tell you. Delia's Christmas.
Oh, good old Delia. Right, next question. Can a fruitcake ever be acceptable as a birthday cake? Lewis.
Yes, I would say so. Actually, I would prefer a fruit cake to a sponge cake. I love a fruit cake. Yeah, so I'd be very happy with that.
What with icing on?
Yeah. Royal icing, marzipan, fruit cake, lovely.
It's very much a wedding cake or a Christmas cake for me, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I agree. Traditionally, that is the way, but I'd be very happy with it as a birthday cake.
Yeah.
Why don't you get iced Dorset apple cake?
Oh, that's good news. Oh, it's the cat.
And why also do you not get apple cake from anywhere else, or do you get apple cake from anywhere else? But we live in Dorset, so that's what we see advertised.
I think you've probably hit the nail on the old head there. That
I need to get out more.
They make it all over the place, but they can't call it Somerset apple cake. Well, they probably do. Yeah.
I had a lovely Dorset apple cake the day we moved into Dorset.
Oh.
Somebody baked it for us, delivered it to the door. Oh, welcome to Dorset. Lovely.
Yes,
thanks, Christine.
Yeah.
Lovely Christine. That's very kind of her. Dave says, why does my wife insist on making a cake for every event when it ends up costing 5 times the price of just buying one?
Because it's nice. Nice to make the effort.
Yeah, because it's made with love, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And
sounds like Dave's got a heart of stone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the most part, homemade cakes are the best cakes.
Yeah.
Mostly. I mean, obviously there's exceptions, but yeah.
Yeah, generally shop bought cakes, especially supermarket ones, they've got no, substance to them. Very light, I find.
I feel like we're missing Mike at this stage because I think he might have a different view to us.
I imagine
he does like anything for speed and efficiency, wouldn't he? I think he might be supporting Dave on this one.
The amount of birthday cakes in the air fryer.
Yeah. It must be possible, but he'll be the first to find out.
Yeah, absolutely will. The the shop bought birthday cakes used to be my preference. When my wife said, "Oh, what do you want for your birthday cake?" I'd have a SpongeBob cake or whatever was current at the time,
Oh.
Mario or something, because I quite like the gackiness.
Mm.
Gacky? What does I don't know this term.
I believe Harry might say clarty. I just
Yeah.
like that sort of gackiness. I don't have
I
another
think-
word for it, Lewis. I'm afraid.
Oh, okay. I mean,
They-
if we're talking shop bought here, we're definitely birthday. Colin the Caterpillar is an exception to the rule. That is a quality.
It's a horrible cake.
Oh
I would
really?
say it's the
Yeah.
worst birthday cake.
no.
You can't cut it because the chocolate just goes
Oh,
whichever way it wants to go.
Everyone, you need the face or the tail, don't you? Because you get the extra chocolate that covers right round.
But it's not even nice chocolate,
Oh,
and the cake inside is usually dry.
I would always eat it with ice cream. I've got to say, so that's.
So
Yeah.
immediately, the cake that you're choosing is something that you need assistance with to take the taste away.
I wouldn't choose it as my number one cake, but I would say it is in terms
Oh.
of a shop. In terms of a shop bought, it would be up
Harry,
there for
what are
me.
your views on this? Because
Well, it's yeah. I mean, it's cornered the market really in shop bought cakes, isn't it? The old Colin the Caterpillar. I'm not quite sure how it's done it, but it has done. I think the real problem I think with shop bought cakes is, and please bear in mind I'm actually making this up, but I don't think they have like as much egg in it as normal cakes do because they last longer on the shelf. So it has a very different texture, doesn't it? Sort of sponge cake. It's got that sort of, I can't describe it really, but it's sort of very light, which is very nice.
Crumbly.
Yeah,
Crumbly.
but it's very, you can always tell a shop bought cake. I always like, when you're going around, well, Lewis, you must judge a lot of them, these summer fates and
I
this
certainly do. I certainly do. It's what I'm trained to do.
And there's always a perfect one. That's the third year at Vicar School, isn't it?
Absolutely.
You do all the religious stuff in the first 2 years, and in the third year,
it's the first year.
just dealing with
Second year
people's
is judging the cake. Third year is dealing with the fallout from the people.
yeah. Because there's always a perfect one at the end, and they've obviously bought it from the shop because they've just panicked. But,
shop bought ones aren't big either, are they? That they always look big, and then when you take it out of the box, they're tiny. So homemade one, you get a lot more days cake out of that. Assuming you've not got friends and had a party, that cake can last for days. I've only just finished my birthday cake today, and my birthday was like 4 days ago.
Yeah. Did you tell us what it was? And I wasn't.
It was a chocolate cake with chocolate buttercream icing, and then had sprinkles of like fudge on top.
Oh,
nice. We didn't say fudge for a topping.
Oh, that's true. Actually.
No, that's because you found yourself going very much down the nut avenue, and that
See, then I suddenly thought, on top of a chocolate-based cake, you should always have raspberries, which again I didn't say. Raspberry and chocolate, lovely combination.
Yeah, it's not going to last though, is it?
No, it's not going to last.
It was always the beginning of Bake Off, wasn't it? The old raspberry chocolate cake.
Oh, it used to irritate me because there was always space for one more raspberry on the on the credits of Bake Off. I always used to think, why have you not finished that? Like, because it was the end shot of the cake, like it was completed, and they clearly left a raspberry shaped hole, and it irritated me so. I'm angry now. You brought it up.
Yeah.
Actually.
All right. Sorry.
Yeah, but it's annoying. Claire asks, in what other scenario would it be acceptable to blow all over some food and then encourage your guests to enjoy it?
Well, if your crumble is very hot.
Yeah. Teamwork.
Communal blowing of the crumble and table.
Sometimes when our kids have food and they put it in their mouth and it's too hot, my wife will say to them, "Do you want me to blow in your mouth? Do you want to blow in your mouth?"
Really?
Wow.
Did she say in all seriousness? She says this, or this is?
I think so. I think so, and it's become a bit of an ongoing joke. So I don't know now whether the roots of it were, I think they were to stop someone burning themselves.
Yeah.
A bit odd.
What's your technique when you've taken a mouthful of something and you've discovered it's hotter than the sun, and you've got to try and dignify in a dignified way blow?
You've got
There's
to
no
keep it away.
dignified way.
You've got to keep it away from the roof of your mouth.
Yes,
it's,
true.
But then it's that swallow it quick, and then you can feel the burning sensation all
Oh,
the way down.
What I do is I sort of pull my tongue back to make a sort of well in the bottom of the mouth, and then you can suck cold air into your mouth, thus cooling it down in the quickest possible way. But yeah, no, it's particularly problematic at children's parties when they practically blow saliva all over the cake, and then you've got to dole it all out. Especially if they've had a bit of a upset tum the previous day and you haven't told anyone. You don't want to then be doling out the party bags later on. And to enjoy this.
I've been at parties where they've had a candle blowout cake, and then the cake that the kids have taken home in their party bags is a completely different cake.
Really?
So maybe that was the reason.
Yeah. On that basis, I'm thinking of children's birthday parties. Do you think the birthday cake is the worst element of the classic children's birthday buffet and all the other sweet foods that are on it? Just thinking, I like jelly and ice cream and party rings and things. And the cake, you just kind of lob in the bag and you hide it, don't you? Take this bit of cake away with you.
I'm not sure people do jelly and ice cream anymore.
What? No.
I think you might be aging yourself at this point.
Hang on, people. Right. Hey, listeners, please contact us. Jelly and surely this is a staple classic.
No, I don't think so. There's a lot of logistics involved. If you're in a
more than making a birthday cake.
Well, yeah, that's all pre. But what you're going to do at if you're in a village hall, if you're at a picnic, you got to what you're doing with the ice cream is going to be melting. You got one of those bag. I mean, Phil's insulated bag for life is going to be fine because you can put the ice cream in there. It's not going to melt. But yeah, there's a lot of logistics now. You're thinking back in the 80s when people, it
didn't
just got
go out
salmonella willy nilly. I mean, it was fine.
Yeah, maybe.
But you didn't have jelly and ice cream instead of a cake.
No, you had jelly and ice cream at the party, and then the cake was like the takeaway option, wasn't it?
Yeah,
you put that in the party bag because you were like, oh no, nobody really wants this one. You take that away.
Yeah,
that's true.
So
I had 4 blows last week.
Oh,
you have a lot of candles.
A lot of candles.
No, they didn't even do 38 candles. They did like.
Yeah. All right, rub it in. Phil's the youngest currently.
Yeah.
But it took me 4 blows. It was very disappointing.
Oh, when you get older, your lung capacity drops down a bit there.
It's not good.
Has anyone ever had those magic candles that light themselves back up again?
Oh, they're brilliant for a sermon illustration. A Christingle.
Oh, okay.
I'll remind you of that one once we start recording in December.
Yeah.
We've got a question here from Vicky. Do cupcakes count as a birthday cake? Well, Lewis thinks a cob counts as a birthday cake. So, Harry, we'll ask you.
So do they mean singular, as in just one, or like in a Ferrero Rocher type stack, and then the candles in the top?
She hasn't specified. I would guess an arrangement of cupcakes.
Yeah, I mean, because if you're out with your lady friend or man friend,
who are you accusing?
No, I'm talking in general terms, or perhaps they don't identify as a he or a she. But anyway, and it's their birthday, then you can ask the restaurant to bring you out a little cake with a candle in it. That's romantic. If you do that to your wife you've been married to for 17 years, that's not quite so romantic anymore. This is the troubling issue. So it depends on the circumstances. That's what I'm saying.
You do see people come out with like a single cupcake, and they've got the whole restaurant singing happy birthday around this very underwhelming cupcake.
And they've written happy birthday in chocolate on the plate because there's a lot of plate to fill.
Yeah. For me, it's not a birthday cake.
No, you could just have a little ramekin of jelly and ice cream on the side. That would make it
that sounds
absolutely
much better.
perfect.
Can I ask a question at this juncture?
Oh, of course.
Yeah. It's a food-based podcast.
Yeah.
We do it every week.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
Sorry, Lewis. What is your question?
All right. Well, we're talking about people you've been married to for a long time. We've all been married for quite significant periods. All three of us here.
I feel tension
Yeah.
music. might be good here.
Is this serious?
So I was having a chat with my good wife today. And
Oh no.
Which only your good one?
my good one, not the bad
Not the other one.
Not the other
Okay,
one.
cool.
And we had a bit of a dispute, which I wondered if you could sort out the domestic arrangements. Do you expect?
Oh no.
I mean, we've been married for
my life.
18 years.
I'm so nervous right now.
Do you expect?
I feel like Mike's just about to say something.
Yeah.
that
I went
every year-
to Circus Extreme the other week, and my palms are sweatier than when I was at that. Anyway, sorry. Yes.
Okay, just carry on there.
Yeah, please.
I remember when I was growing that if I had a birthday party or it was a significant birthday, then I would have a birthday cake. But I didn't have a birthday cake every year, especially as I became an adult. Do you expect that every year you have a birthday cake?
Yes.
Do you always have a birthday cake, even as an adult?
Yeah.
Not just for your children. Every
if
year
it's-
you have a birthday cake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Even if it's just from the supermarket, you've got to have a
Oh.
cake.
What if it's just a cupcake? No, let's not go back to the cupcake.
No, yeah.
Because that's not.
Oh no,
I-
that wasn't the answer you wanted, was it, Lewis?
It wasn't the answer I wanted.
So do you not make your good wife
My good wife,
Yeah.
a birthday cake?
I don't make either of them a birthday cake every year. If it's sometimes.
No way.
I really think you have been particularly nasty on this one.
Oh,
Oh dear.
birthday cake every year. That seems. Wow. Okay.
So when was what? Really? You don't. So when did it stop?
Oh no.
I don't know. I
At
don't
what
know.
age
Probably-
did you
probably
consider
when
your
I
wife
stopped
to be
having-
too old?
Well, I don't think I made that decision. I'm trying to think when I stopped getting birthday cakes.
Oh dear, you're too old. No.
Yeah. I mean, I think once
Malcolm.
I think once I hit secondary school, I then didn't have birthday cakes anymore. now I'm just thinking like my childhood was sadder than I remember.
Oh dear.
Which was for
was
my
the year you
18th and for significant birthdays, but not every year.
Yeah, because it was a coincidence. Because the year you didn't make the cake was the year she cried a lot, wasn't it? So it's the.
She's been crying for many years.
Oh my
Oh
life.
well, there you go.
Okay. There's
So I have to keep making my children birthday cakes made out of bread for some time
Yeah.
yet. Oh.
Have you? So when was the last time you had a birthday cake yourself?
Well,
Oh.
I had a big birthday last year.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's all right
So
then.
I had one for my 40th. But there's a complicating factor in our house. It's the fact that my son's birthday is the day before mine. So maybe kind of the birthday cake rolls over his birthday cake or bread cob.
Yeah.
sometimes.
So
I mean,
right.
yeah. That does sound complicated, but it also doesn't sound anything to do with your wife's birthday. So
Yeah.
why are you still not baking her a cake? I cannot bake you a cake because my son's birthday is just before mine. I've got too much to do.
So when was okay? How many birthday cakes have you made your wife in the last 20 years?
In the last 20 years,
Oh,
I would say fewer than
20.
5.
Oh no!
Oh.
Oh dear! Oh dear!
I may have shop bought some which might increase that number slightly, but
It sounds like you're lying now.
eh,
I fear a backlash, to be honest.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wish this was not. This is not where I wanted this to go. I'm very upset.
You've
Oh, can we cut this bit, Phil? Just a
No,
bit
no,
of
no.
Absolutely not. No, this is the main feature of the evening.
Oh,
Where's-
I'm hamming this up. Don't you worry about that.
Where is Mike when you need him?
Where is he? What you've got to
Yeah.
do is tomorrow go out and buy 20 cakes and say, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
I can't believe what I'm hearing, really. I mean, listeners, if you've got this far into the podcast, please do get in touch and let us know if you don't allow your wife to have birthday cake.
Yeah.
If you're male and vice versa. But yeah, I'm surprised. It's not gone the way that you'd hoped.
No, that
I'm
was not.
thinking.
No, I'm genuinely shocked that people have a birthday cake every year.
Well, that's how it works. Always
Yeah,
the same.
yeah,
Really?
always the
And-
same day
and
as well,
presents?
Lewis. That's the funny thing.
And presents every year, is that a thing?
Yeah.
Oh,
Ever since
that-
Ever since Kinderfest in the 1400s in Germany,
Yeah.
or indeed as Herodotus was telling us the Persians did, but we don't need to hear about any more Herodotus yet. Till we do
Wow.
our cinnamon episode.
Lovely.
Can't wait.
Oh, that's why
Well-
you're so keen on doing one.
well,
Yeah.
well, this feels like a lovely place to finish. As Mike
No,
would
no,
say.
it doesn't. We've got a lot more
Come
to
on,
unpack.
quickly. Come on.
So,
we got
oh, sorry.
Go on, Harry.
Oh, well, I was just going to say my son doesn't like chocolate cake really, and he's taken to when we go out to restaurants, which isn't very often, but when we are, and they now say, don't they? Has anyone got any allergies?
Oh yeah.
And my son will say, I don't like chocolate cake, and it was funny the first time, and now he does it every time.
Mike
We go out.
used to go. There was a couple that lived near us when he was, I don't know, maybe 7 or 8. I was perhaps not even born or a very, very young baby. Mike used to go round this. There's an elderly couple who lived in the road, and Mum had told him to stop begging for food at their house. And Mike used to go and knock on their door. He then used to knock on their door and say,
That's
"Hi
like a
there."
stray dog.
Yeah, he used to knock on the door, and he used to knock on the door and say, "Hello there. I'm not going to ask you for any biscuits," and then just stand there. Yeah, it's strange that he used to do that.
I'm not sure whether his childhood sounds sadder than mine or not.
No, definitely yours, because
Okay,
he
yeah.
was just told to stop scavenging.
Right.
Yeah.
You weren't given cake, apart from your robot one.
Or gave any cake either. In fact, I mean,
Yeah.
if you'd told me before we started that one of us wasn't going to bake a cake for their wife every year, I would have put my money on Mike. I really would. But yeah, well, I'm sure.
Lewis has come across all wolf again from Gladiator.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
Here we
I'll
go.
tell you what. I'll say
Oh,
this
dear.
publicly here. In June 2024, I will be making Mrs. Pearson a birthday cake.
I think you'll be making a one tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And for the next however many days.
She'll be like, "Oh, did your podcast go well? Was it worth a listen?" No, I wouldn't bother. I wouldn't bother
Yeah,
listening.
no,
And also, they said they don't make cakes for their wives either.
yeah, that'll be it. Yeah, no, you know what? That conversation we were having earlier, I was right.
Last question.
Oh
from
yeah,
Kerry: royal icing, buttercream, or fondant icing?
Ooh, what's the difference between fondant and royal icing? I'm not sure I completely know.
Fondant's very hard. I suppose royal icing is as well, isn't it?
yeah. So royal icing. I mean, I can tell you this because I used to be in charge of the icing, as I told you before. It goes hard because it's got egg white in. Thank you. And buttercream is
Nothing to
obviously
do with
soft
gardens.
because it nothing here. Because it's made with butter. I once irritated my wife. I mean, I can't believe you can imagine the scenario. But
Don't know where we're
she
going
made-
here.
Did you forget to make her a cake for her birthday?
No, she had made the cake and the buttercream and was going to ice it in the morning. And me being helpful thought, well, that better go in the fridge overnight. And it was as solid as a hard bit of butter, and she was crossed. Anyway, yeah, so that's that. I don't know what fondant icing is. I imagine it's some sort of Americanism that we all have to do nowadays.
Oh yeah. Buttercream's the answer for me.
Yes, I think that's probably easier.
Yeah, do love a
Yeah.
buttercream. Can't beat a buttercream.
I'd say
Agreed?
so. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you've got this far into the podcast, then you must enjoy it, or you're really tired and can't sleep. So do share it with a friend, please. It's the only way we'll get new listeners, because we're rubbish on social media.
Yeah, do use the hashtag Lewis is the worst husband ever.
And some would say the best place this podcast to finish would have been about 10 minutes ago.
Have a good week. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.